The outlook for the summer and early fall, we fear is a bit gloomy. While we do remain hopeful for the summer season, I would say that the crisis is far from over. We continue to see a trend of last-minute bookings, and what we've noticed lately are an increased number of cancellations due to job, industry, and security worldwide.
Definitely not the news thousands of residents of the Turks and Caicos Islands and the hotel and tourism industry wanted to hear from the Turks and Caicos Hotel and Tourism Association. The TCHTA held a press conference discussing the outlook for the 2010 summer and fall seasons, as well as the tourism industry in the TCI as a whole. They informed the media that there were moderate increases in both occupancy levels and revenues this winter as compared to 2009, but that the upcoming season is expected to hold a different outlook. Board members addressed several issues seen by the association as threats to the TCI tourism market.
One of the major threats we feel continues to be the outrageous airfares levied by the airline industry for the Turks and Caicos Islands. It places us at a serious disadvantage with other markets, and it's extremely difficult for us to remain competitive. If we are to do so, these fares must come down. What we consider as an association to be the single largest threat to our industry are the lack of marketing efforts for the destination. We cannot overemphasize the negative impact that this lack of marketing has had for all private sector businesses who are reliant on tourism for survival.
The TCHTA pledged to do the best they can to combat these issues. However, board members state they need more help from the TCI government. The TCHTA members were shocked to learn of the governor's recent announcement to further tax TCI hotels based on recommendations and findings submitted by the new tourism working group.
However, we haven't seen the recommendations that were made. It was by surprise yesterday we heard that they're moving forward with some plan for a tourism authority where the funding is going to be derived from 1% of the accommodation tax. And they're asking also the industry partners to make a contribution in addition to that, this tourism authority, and we have no idea what that contribution is going to make. We're already paying 11%.
According to Campbell, the TCHTA submitted a proposal over a year ago to the previous government to assist them financially to better market the TCI.
And initially we had presented a position paper to government as an association with the previous government to actually have them allocate 1% to the hotel association, which is not unheard of in any destination. If you go to the Bahamas, they get 6% of the accommodation tax to market the hotel industry. So we only asked for 1%. And my understanding that was approved by cabinet at that time. And then, of course, there was a change in government, and they have increased the accommodation tax from 10 to 11%.
The TCHTA also announced that they have been directly contacting American Airlines to negotiate lower airfares, but admit that the task has been tough. The TCHTA members are also doing their best to market each of their respective hotels and have been forced to lower and cut their rates.
The simple fact that people still do want to travel, even amidst all the political instability and global economic challenges that we face, we still have great opportunities as the Turks and Caicos Islands remains one of the top luxury destinations in the Caribbean.